Hello, everybody. Welcome to Live at 5 and another artist profile going down today. All right, and guess who? It's a vocalist, multi-instrumentalist. His name is Rahil Babooram, and he's a very interesting character. You'll find out why. Now, Rahil is not with us in studio today. We're going to be chatting with him over the phone. All right, so we have him on the line right now. I'm about to put him on the air, and when I say multi-instrumentalist, you know exactly what you know what I mean, right? Find out how many instruments he actually plays and how he does his thing. All right, so interesting enough, we're going to put him on Live at 5, my very first multi-instrumentalist guest. So let's do this.
Let me go, let me go. Let me go, let me go.
Thank you so much. That was crazy. And the rampant ting. Apparently that song is highly requested out here. So I hope you enjoyed Ramping Ting. Remember when Crazy launched that song right here on Live at 5? Yeah, man. Thank you, Crazy. Hoping to have Tio Loco back at some point right here in the studio. Alrighty? Cool. So it's just a minute into the hour of 5 o'clock. We're getting ready to welcome another artist profile. Well, another guest for another artist profile on Live at 5 today. It's Rahil Babooram. Okay, so yep, Rahil is on the line right now. He will be joining us via phone, and we'll find out about Rahil and his music and his very important message. Okay, I think it will be quite inspiring to many of us. As a matter of fact, Rahil has composed a jingle for Live at 5, and I'm very grateful and honored to play it. So take a listen. This is how we kick off today's Live at 5.
Keeping the music alive. While you're sitting home or driving, everybody come get free. Mr. Alex, I sing.
I love it.
Keeping the music alive. While you're sitting home or driving, everybody come get free. Mr. Alex, I sing.
Thank you very much. That was Rahil Babooram, and he's on the line right now. Rahil, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Alex, and how are you?
I'm feeling really good. As a matter of fact, I feel so much better right now after hearing that jingle.
Well, that was the first aim of it, to make everybody feel good, and inspired.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for airing it.
It had the right amount of energy, and the words were right on point. Thank you so much. People hardly, not many people know my last name. Yeah, but
Shame. I mean, you're a public figure a long time, man. They ought to know you.
yeah, and I surely appreciate the gesture, Rahil. I love it. So good stuff indeed. That's a great way to start our interview for today. So how are you today, Rahil?
I'm really good, thank you. I'm really happy to be on your show this evening, and I'm really happy to be, your friend. I'm a new friend of yours.
Absolutely. I've been making new friends, almost every day, especially, artists, because I realize we have so many and so much great talent, and they don't always get the opportunity to showcase their music and to let the country, let alone the world, know of their existence.
Yes, you're doing a very important service to our country and our artists, so keep it up, keep up all the wonderful work you've been doing, and, to the future, head is high, keep it aim high.
Absolutely. Definitely. So Rahil, you are a vocalist and a multi-instrumentalist. You play so many different roles. When did you first start, let's say, when did you first learn to play music, to play an instrument? A little history on your musical side, Rahil.
All right, well, let's go back to the roots then. First of all, my father, he used to play guitar, that's during the 70s, casually during his school days and, at home. So I grew up in the 80s, so the guitar was the first instrument I was around due to him. And grew up listening to the music of my parents, 60s, 70s stuff, Beatles, Pink Floyd, Billy Joel, Queen, ABBA, Supertramp, all the classic stuff. So that shaped me as a young person, wanting to become a musician because, this is such wonderful things I'm hearing, So during the 80s growing up, another wonderful era of music. So little by little, I thought, okay, something, this is inside of me. Let me learn to play this guitar. It has been in the house. Just been touching it, picking it up. So when I was about 10, I discovered a book in the house my dad had. And I learned from that book when I was 10 or 11. That's like after common entrance.
Yes.
And that's summer of 90. Yeah, 90. That's just before the coup then.
Right.
If I may use that word.
Yeah, well, I mean, it happened, right?
Yeah, during that summer, my brother and I and a cousin, we jammed on the keyboard and the guitar. Just, children, we made up some songs and we recorded on cassettes. That's a tell you the Europe.
Wow.
And then high school started. During high school, I was beating on the desk. A lot teacher asking who's beating the desk, using the pens. I always had this rhythm in me,
Yes, it sounds that way.
And little by little over the years, formed little groups in school, other guys who were interested in guitar. We taught each other things. We jammed in it. Eventually played at events during school, like the Mayfair, bazaars, until like 1995, when I was like in Form 5 or so. I started recording my own songs in full, more adult songs.
Yes.
Stuff. So a lot of those were recorded on cassettes. I have the demos for them, but I had to wait until I finished school to really do anything public about it. So fast forward to like 97, and I started associating with the Hare Krishna people.
Right.
Because George...
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, because of George Harrison's song, My Sweet Lord.
Yeah.
Actually got interested in the spiritual path of Krishna consciousness. And I bought a Bhagavad Gita. I started making friends with the Hare Krishna people, the Diwali Nagar, and going to the temple from time to time, learning more about the philosophy.
Right, yes.
And at the same time, writing songs. So a lot of my first public songs were actually spiritual, and that resulted in my first album, Gauravani, which was released in 1999. And this album is fully spiritual. It's all English lyrics except for the Hare Krishna mantra,
right,
where I'm singing the mantra like at the end of the songs. One of the popular songs on that album is called Flickering and Unsteady, which people can find online. And I've played it live a lot of times and just gotten some airplay over the years in various stations, like Total Local, more recently in the Indigenous program headed by Sheldon Manu and Rubadiri Victor.
Yes.
Pick up to those guys doing wonderful work as well.
Absolutely.
And, over the years I formed different groups. I was playing in other people's bands as well, played different instruments to different groups and recordings, also assembling different incarnations of my own band, which I called Rahil Babooram with Come Together, because Come Together is like a unity, the Beatles song tribute,
Yes.
So over the years of playing all the instruments and recording everything in the studio and doing my own songs, I still wanted to play live. So I got some friends different times, and they backed me up on stage so I can portray my music live as well. And in turn, I played for some other bands, such as Crucifix. That was like a metal outfit headed by my friend Chris Malcolm. And I played for Solaris, Sheldon Manu's band called Broken Mirrors.
Yes.
For them a couple of years. I even played a guitar and bass track for Chromatics, the artist, the hip-hop art.
Yeah, really?
One of his songs called Put It Up. And we actually didn't do it in person. I did it and I sent it online.
Yes.
They mixed it up, So the kind of background I have in music is just that I love to experiment. I love to be involved in different genres. And over the last, let's call it 20 years, I've been fortunate to be involved in different events which helped me to become a little more known, such as what my friend Anil Maharaj had referred to last week.
Right, because Anil was here in studio with us last week.
The Green Light Network, they launched a compilation CD of environmentally friendly songs, conscious songs, and one of my songs, Kalau Nasty, an acoustic version, was in that CD. And over the years, I've been able to release 4 separate albums. The first one was Gauravani in 1999, which was recorded at Roger Israel Studio in Dingmartin, Hole in the Wall Studios. And the second, third, and fourth albums respectively Simply Rahil Orange, which is my favorite color. And
Yes.
what?
I was wondering about that.
You don't have to wonder, it should be quite evident.
yes, orange.
So those second, third, fourth albums are recorded.
I thought it was your favorite fruit first.
Pardon me?
I thought it may have been your favorite fruit.
Yeah, also it's very healthy, vitamin C.
I got a couple of them at home.
Yeah, it's very good to have your own fruits, you know, you don't have to spend too much.
For real.
Yeah, so these second, third, fourth albums I recorded with my friend Darren Lala in Chicago. He has a studio in Eleanor Street. Big up to Darren. So during that period of recording and releasing, that's like 2000 till 2012, 13, I also was able to be in different interviews through the years, promoting some in TV interviews, some radio interviews, different things to promote. Plus the online world, it's your ball game. You could just promote yourself.
Correct. You have to, especially these days.
Exactly. So I may have over-answered your question, but
No, listen, I mean, it was quite interesting hearing, about your musical background, and I realized it's quite an extensive resume, quite an impressive one at that. I mean, once the music is in you, experimenting, I think, is more like natural progression, if I may say so.
Yes, it's definitely true. And then parallel to that, as you were referring to earlier, there's a message in the music too. So
yes,
you would see the spiritual side of things, there's the environmental aspect, there's the animal rights aspect, which I promote a lot because it's a message that you can't stop promoting, because the world is still full of people who actually they're not aware then that what goes on towards our fellow beings, in the
yes.
creatures. Human beings, they all have love inherently in their hearts. It's just for us to try to inspire it to come out,
Right. No, I wanted to ask that, as well, because I know that you're really big on, environmental awareness and also animal rights. Now, have you always been this way? I mean, or did one day you just got up and said, you know what, I can't take this anymore. I got to speak out against animal cruelty, or even, I guess it goes a long way because you are a vegan, aren't you?
What's the last word you said, sorry?
I said you are a vegan. You have been a vegan is it all your life, or did you just change one day?
Well, what happened is that, first of all, due to the music again, Paul McCartney, what's my number one idol musically, he led the way with the vegetarianism, from the 70s for his wife Linda. Because of his music, that was one of the inspirations, because he has a few songs, trying to make people aware what's going on, such as a song called Looking for Changes from the Grung album. George Harrison too, with the spiritual aspect, because the law of karma, action and reaction,
yes,
do unto others, as the Bible would say. It's a cycle, everything in the universe. So you do violence, and violence comes back into human society.
Yes.
So kindness is something universal, or should be applied universally. So it's when I was 14, actually, this was 1993, that I actually, little by little, like the years leading up to that, I was reading a lot more about the topic, just natural interest about the soul, spirituality, which tied up with the animals having a soul too.
Yes.
Different us. Actually, you can say they are more human than us in many ways too. With feelings and expression, they just don't speak human language.
Right.
So when I was 14, I became a vegetarian, and for the next 10 years, I didn't realize that I was still part of the problem, because I wasn't yet a vegan. I was still using dairy.
Right, and eggs, etc.
Yeah, not eggs, but just...
Okay.
From time to time, I would be using rennet-free cheese, thinking, okay, this is the innocent way to still use cheese. But the information back then in the 90s, without much internet in Trinidad, I couldn't research too much.
It was limited.
Yeah, so it was only in 2003 that I read an article about what goes on in the dairy industry and how horrible, the horrific things that go on, And the same reasons I was a vegetarian applied to why I would step up the game and then, become a vegan. So just give up the dairy. And my first animal rights song was actually written in 1997, the song called Kalau Nasty. It was a heavy metal version.
Right.
And along the veins of Sepultura style of music. And because of that song, a lot of people who were following me or were, supporting my music or liking what I was doing,
yes,
they started to think as well. And a few people have actually said, hey, your song made me think. And
Right. So likewise, the way you were inspired by Paul McCartney and his ways of his way of life, you inspired others through your music. You sort of were like a channeler.
that's right, the domino effect, with higher purpose. And
I like that.
this is actually something that all artists, I think, whatever they're inspired by, they somehow inspire others eventually. Because the persons we follow, they also were following someone else by inspiration.
Right, of course.
Beatles were not following, but they were inspired by Elvis, Buddy Holly, and other greats before them, So it's a matter of not just the music, but their lifestyles are so important too. That you take the good out of it, and as a growing up person back then, you feel, hey, these are my heroes. Let me investigate this other part of them too,
Right. That makes perfect sense. Now, let me ask you a question along the lines of being a vegan. Now, since you've become, you've transitioned from a vegetarian into a vegan, how have you noticed that your mind is clearer? Your thoughts have been different? I'm just asking because I've heard this before, and I just want to hear it from you.
Well, actually, it's a very good question because by thinking about it, you realize, there have been changes. You don't really think about it all the time. You're just living,
Yeah.
But for one, your conscience is more clear. You think that, hey, this is what I used to be funding, This is what I used to be supporting, and how could I have been doing that, So, first of all, your conscience is clearer. And you're always striving for ways to feel better because the things are still going on, and you're still trying to fight this war, the eternal war, as long as people are contributing to it. So there's the good feeling and the bad feeling simultaneously, and that's why so many of us are activists at the same time, because you could simply be a vegan quietly, and you just don't contribute, we don't fund these things, but by speaking up, you get to bring out these feelings and maybe inspire feelings in others to take the same path,
Definitely.
So your question regarding feeling inside, it's a lighter feeling that you're making a difference, and when you realize there are others like you out there,
yes,
it's growing, and it feels really good to be on the light side.
Correct. Now, I don't know if this is just purely coincidental, but I know quite recently. No, I'm just gonna let you know I'm not a vegan. Okay.
At least not yet.
well, this is what I'm getting at. Now, just recently, I've been telling myself, I've been saying, I find that I consume so much meat, and I know it's not a good thing, so I thought I'm going to start backing off on the red meat. I'm going to start backing off. I'm going to try to back off from all meat consumption. And but the question is, what do I put in its place to get the protein to because I know that there are many people who say, okay, I'm a vegetarian or I'm a vegan, but I'm going to eat stewed soya chunks because it looks like meat. So why would you want to do that?
Correct. I understand your question. So it's a couple parts. So the first part really is what you say you have in mind. First of all, I must commend you for thinking that way.
I really am.
Twice alone, even if not for moral reasons, health-wise. I mean, medically, it has been distributed in a lot of studies that flesh is the only source, and animal products are the only source of bad cholesterol.
Right.
Which is the number one killer with heart disease and all of these things, cancers, kidney disease. The amount of kind of protein, it's secondary and tertiary protein compared to the protein from plant sources, where these animals get their protein from.
Exactly.
So if they can get it from there in a healthy way without any bloodshed, we can too. And then look at our teeth. We have these baby canines, which are really no good for anything like that, compared to a dog or a tiger.
Yes.
Who are natural carnivores. And then the acidity, the pH of our human being stomachs, it's not really acidic enough for that kind of flesh to be eaten. It stays in your system too long. It decomposes, it toxifies your body. And we see the health effects, as you know, as long as people are sick. That's how the industry for healing, also called big pharma, then continue.
Yes.
So they can tell them, be vegans, eat plant-based, and you'll be good. But then they were not making any money.
Right.
So that's why those of us who are actually health conscious as well, they promote this plant-based diet, but it's still separate from what veganism is, because veganism's primary factor of being, or the angle, is for the animal rights first. These are the things we consider to be side effects or wonderful byproducts of being a vegan, you know?
Yes. Now, I'll tell you a quick story about me. Many years ago, I decided to abstain from all meat for a month. It was a fasting month. So I thought, you know what? I want to just stay off the meat, all meat. I have to tell you, it was one of the most challenging periods in my life. You know, just quitting like that. But during that time, I did find that my body felt. Now there were the I had the withdrawal effects, you know, at first, and then I started to feel like, you know, like a different person, almost, you know, cleaner inside.
Conditioning.
Yeah.
Many years, you know, your body has assimilated to that way of eating.
Correct.
Even though it's a bad way, it's a bad habit. So there is adjustment pains then, you know, to go through till you cleansed. And sometimes the cleansing takes a longer time based on how much of it you used to eat. Some people eat 3 times a day.
Yes.
You know, and these different things. But actually, there's a question you asked which I didn't get to answer.
Okay.
Regarding the facsimile meats then.
Yeah.
I, for one, I don't personally support nor have I eaten any of those, because there's so many whole food, natural, vegan foods which you can eat: the beans, the peas, the legumes, the real fresh vegetables, your salads. You don't really need to go down that synthetic path.
Yeah, exactly.
Tofu is a natural, is from soybeans, you know. Once you use the non-GMO source.
I think I got some tofu in the fridge at home.
Yeah, you know, this is an ancient, wonderful food, you know, from the Chinese, I believe.
Yes.
You know, and it's still around. You have to be careful with the GMO things too. So.
I know, right?
So yeah, there's really no reason for having to go the synthetic path, but it's there for those who are maybe transitioning, people who have this, you know, addiction to the so-called fleshiness of certain foods they used to eat.
Yes.
So these are good bridging things for certain kinds of people who, you know, are accustomed, or if you're serving, let's say, a party, and it's for general public, and they'd come and they'd eat it, they wouldn't think twice, oh, this is something vegan, I will not try it. They will just think, they wouldn't think twice, they'd take it up and eat it. It's a sandwich or something.
Right.
They would know better, but when they read, oh my, this was vegan, and then they become curious.
Yes.
You know, so it's all these strategies, you know, people try to use regarding furthering the mission then, so that more people can be interested, attracted. They wouldn't think we just eat grass.
Right.
You
Yep.
know? Things available. Ice cream, everything, you know. You can do everything vegan-wise.
Correct. I think one of your songs that you sent me, Caused the Change. It has to do with, of course, what we're talking about right now.
That's right, because this year actually released 10 new animal rights songs with all this extra time in my hands, not getting to play out during the last couple of years.
Yes.
COVID.
But you get a chance to express your passion in your music, of course, and your message.
Yeah, because the pandemic is tied up with animal abuse, the root of it to begin with, you know, with the pangolins and the bats and all that stuff that being victimized, you know. So people are talking about it, but no action is being done, because a lot of people are getting sick again with other forms of diseases based on the same habits again.
Yes.
So it's up to the vegans to step up to the plate and say, hey.
No pun intended, right?
Come again, sir?
I said no pun intended, but stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, I was going to say that about it. But,
clever.
Yes, we're on the same page with the intelligence, man.
I really like, you know, it's very interesting chatting with you, because I don't know if, you know, sometimes you may be friends with someone and you may not realize their you know, their lifestyle or their diet. But you know, now that you know that you come out public and you talk about it, it really does inspire me. You know, but I just need to know that I have the right substitutes, because I don't want to, you know,
well,
take from.
You're already surrounded by a lot of the natural protein sources, all the chana, the red beans,
Well, I love chana and beans.
lentils. You know, you got your proteins taken care of. I mean, even the normal plant food has protein in them, you know. As far as things like all the green leafy stuff, that's where you get your iron, your calcium. And there's really nothing lacking because the biggest land mammals are basically vegan. You know, the gorillas, the elephants, they're strong, they're huge.
You're right.
You know, so we don't have to get that kind.
That is a very interesting and outstanding point you're making there.
Yeah, it's just a matter of research and finding more ways to appeal to different minds too, you know, because something might resonate with one person, another thing might resonate with another. Some people don't really care. They tell you they don't care that animals suffer.
I know. Oh gosh, I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say that, but I'm sure there are many out there.
We meet them online. We call them trolls.
Trolls.
And the thing about it, but something else might appeal to them. The scholastic view might appeal to them regarding the biology of the human being.
Yes.
Something else might appeal to them, the scientific facts or the environmental aspect. Even the UN has told people, hey, cut down, please, cut down, because the rainforests, they're being depleted to make your hamburgers.
Wow.
That's, you know, so many factors, reasons. Just choose one and just do it, you know, like Nike said.
Look at that effect.
No promotion intended.
Yeah, no, of course. All right, now, I don't mind. I hope you don't mind if I, play the song for the audience.
Definitely don't mind. By all means.
I know, of course not. So here's Rahil Babooram. It's called "Cause the Change." Take a listen right now. Inside Live at 5. Good stuff, man. Makes me want to be a vegan. Yes, Mikkel, I do. But I'm going to have to learn to put the right foods into the system. Yeah? Maybe meatless. Do I hear a challenge?
Be no different than us in what they want for their lives. Leave them alone, no need to kill them.
Yes, Mikkel.
Think about being their position. Use your mind, heart, and intuition. You surely won't want it for yourselves. So stop doing it to someone else. Love all around. Brothers and sisters on the ground. No escape for me. Is this the end? Why is no one coming to save me? Why are they doing this to me? I never did anything wrong.
Oh my gosh, this song makes me feel so sad.
Since I was born, can't you see how much pain you cause? Atrocities against their will. No need to feed on stolen lives. Vegans are living proof of this. No need for any bloodshed. No need for any rape and abuse. All we need is provided in full. No screaming sauces or merciful.
But I love animals.
No, you don't.
Lions eat flesh.
So what?
Desert Island.
Grocery shopping city dweller.
Canine teeth.
Not sharp enough.
Since caveman days.
How long? Still wrong.
Personal choice.
First theirs. Save the animals, the planet.
I
your
don't
health.
care.
Oh,
Cruelty and pain given to us again and again. Drag us to our death. We're no different from your death. in society. No more of this insanity. There's no need to fund this abuse. No real reason, no solid excuse. What they are put through is such a shame. You would never tolerate the same. You stand up for all sorts of rights, yet hate to kill all these innocents. How do you sleep at night? For the animals, I'll keep singing. As long as you keep killing, as long as you keep begging to steal their lives from them. Veganism is the peaceful way. Veganism is the only way to rectify what is so wrong. Overdue, needed so long.
Let all animals be free.
Go vegan now. Go vegan now.
Oh my goodness, Rahil. I think the animals are really looking at you as their hero right now.
Oh my goodness, I really hope that, these efforts, not only me, but all animal rights activists are making, that really inspires people.
Yeah, boy.
Thank you very much for playing that song.
Yeah. I listened to the lyrics and I was watching the video at the same time. I started to feel sorry for them. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm really glad that you share that.
You really broke it down, man.
Thank you very much for the appreciation, and for playing it, because obviously local music on the whole, we don't get played enough, So thank you very much, especially for this particular mission,
Definitely, man.
And to everybody out there, thank you very much for tuning in. All my friends online, Facebook, world, YouTube, WhatsApp, my family, and all my friends everywhere, all the vegans, animal rights activists, all the Trinidad local rock friends, everybody tuning in. Thank you very much for being here.
Absolutely, man.
Big up again to Miss Alex asking everybody, stay tuned to his program every day. It's something wonderful.
Thank you very much, and I want to say hi to a few of our online viewers on the live. Hi to Eva. Hi, Eva.
Eva, how are you? That's my really good friend.
Yes, I thought so. Eva's there. Hi to Jason. Anil is locked on as well.
Hey, Anil.
Yep. Colin is here. Colin Kraft, who joins us on Friday. He's checked in as well to the live.
Great day, Colin, man. Good luck for Friday.
For sure. Blacks. Hi to Mary. Mary's checked in as well. Hey, Mary.
Hey, Mary Malotsi.
Yeah.
That's my really close friend too.
That's good stuff.
Animal rights activist as well.
Well, I can tell by the comments. Carol is here. Hey, Carol. Hi to Blacks and Mikkel. To Marisha. Marisha's checked into the live as well.
Hello, everybody.
And Carol, there are many names I'm sure that I missed out there. So good afternoon to you all. Thanks for checking out Live at 5 today with Rahil Babooram, who's inspiring us to go vegan now.
Thank you. Thank you for echoing the message.
I think I'm gonna go home later and I'm gonna watch the meet and see Polite Pass. I hope I can keep it up.
Could you repeat? Sorry.
I said I may go home later, watch the meet and say Polite Pass.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, give them a proper burial.
Yeah. So I'll see. I'll need to join a support group or something.
Don't worry, you have a lot of friends, including me, who can help you and guide you. I mean, everybody was previously to being vegan. We were also needing direction.
Mary is pledging her support.
Yes, I mean. Come again, sorry?
I said Mary is pledging her support.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
That's our duty as well,
For sure. All right, so let's take a break now. Stay with us, Rahil. We're going to come right back, guys, with more Live at 5. Rahil Babooram. I want to talk some more about the instrument that he plays and his messages, okay? More messages and more entertaining stuff coming up on Live at 5 after these messages. Stay tuned.
Every word.
Where are the vegans out there? Now, I used to think that being vegan was, a little extreme, but listening to Rahil's song and the message and the lyrics, made me really think, You know,
a sister,
I
a brother,
don't know, man. Am I doing it wrong?
to you, the people, and through
I guess we'll see how the journey continues, but I'm certain that, you know, when I actually make that step, I will feel a whole lot better. So, I'm strongly considering it right now. Right now, this track is called One Earth. Let's check it out.
Let's stop killing the earth. It is all not just earth. This is where we call home. Don't care for it, and it will be gone.
Hey, Marita.
Please open up your eyes.
Oh, sorry, it's Maria. Hey, Maria.
See the smokeless skies. Destroy everything it touches. The trees, the plants, the animals are begging. Please, oh please. We have only one earth. Let's try to appreciate our world. All the creatures on the land, birds in the sky, trees and in the seas. Please, let's save our earth.
Hey, Pranath.
Remember all of you. So it's not that you've got no clue. We must do our parts now. 'Cause when it's all gone, all you can do is say, wow. We have only one. Let's try to appreciate our world. All the creatures on the land, birds in the sky, trees and in the seas. Please, let's save our earth.
Woo, loving this one.
We have only one.
Hey, Nathalie. Hi, Krishna.
Try to appreciate our world. All the creatures on the land, birds in the sky, trees and in the seas. Please, let's save our earth.
I love it. Let's save our earth. I I think that's a song that many are in support of. A message, as a matter of fact.
Definitely, we should be. It's just one home we have, one earth, you know?
I really like that one a lot, Rahil.
Very much. Yeah, that song actually was written 6 years ago. Been playing it live a lot. Just never sat down to record it properly.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, and then I aired it online, and then my good friend Kellen Graham, he has a weekly rock show online called The Local Lockdown Tuesdays.
Yes.
And he has been so kind as to air all my new releases this year, you know, so thank you. Big up to Kello.
Lovely. Your music is getting airplay, and your message is out there.
Thank you to people like you.
Yeah. Well, it's a very important message. And it's not just a message of, you know, hey, listen, we got lots of great local talent. Let's showcase it. But, you know, let's save the earth. Let's save the animals.
That's right. Yeah, we all have our part to play, and it's how we play it. You know.
Correct. Well, I know we have a number of listeners, viewers as well to the live. I can identify listeners and viewers out there in the UK. We have Nottingham, Brighton is also checked in. Parts of the US, even Argentina.
Yes, I can suspect who those friends are.
Yes, and I'm really glad. I appreciate that very much. As a matter of fact, so it shows that it's not just, you know, we're not just sending the message out for the benefit of our locals, but, you know, many around the world.
Yeah, I actually have gotten a lot of my friends internationally to get to know you.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
You know, they've gotten to know Mr. Singh over the last week. I've been promoting the show. You know, anything I'm in, and I really promote it because it's a one-man team.
Yes, I want to talk about that too, because you seem to be quite a talented person, and to me, it doesn't seem to me like you break a sweat. You can just switch. And how have you been able to showcase that versatility, let's say, on stage, where you have all the instruments set up, but you're the only person on stage?
Well, I think.
Has that ever happened?
If I would say it again, last part.
Has that ever happened?
What ever happened?
When you have the stage all set up, all the instruments are there, but you're the only person on the stage.
Okay, something with the connection. I'm not hearing the last thing correct.
Oh, okay. I was really talking about the fact that you're a multi-instrumentalist. And was there ever a time that you were on stage performing and you had all the instruments lined up, but people are looking around for the other musicians, but it's just you there?
Oh, okay, no catch.
You know, it's like, hey, I'm a one-man band.
Maybe that's happened, you know, but eventually people get to know what you've been doing. Because you see, I've been playing with the backing band, and era was between like 98 and 2006. So after that period, I decided, okay, let me continue, because a lot of the backing band fellas, they got busy with other things. Some got married.
Yes.
They got into church, different things, you know. But I had my music to continue, so I kept playing by myself, because it's really about what I'm portraying. I would like my songs to be heard, you know. Nobody else could do it for me. So I just kept it at my name alone. It's Rahil Babooram when I'm performing, instead of Come Together with Rahil Babooram. And yeah, people ask about the guys. Yeah, hey, how is that one doing? I said, I really don't know, you know. We talked last week, but music-wise, I really don't know, you know. So yeah, eventually people got used to it.
Yes.
And then, as you asked, you know, people who don't know me seeing me for the first time or so, and they see the thing set up. Yeah, afterwards in the crowd, yeah, people say, they don't really say, well, oh, think, where's the band? But they're awestruck in some ways, you know.
Yeah.
If I may be allowed to say it by myself.
Yeah. No, I actually saw, and I was just going to cut across here, but I did see a video, one of the videos that you sent me, which you are actually on stage, right in front of the keyboard, the microphone's there, and you have a harmonica with a brace. There you go. Is that the very harmonica I'm not referring to? Is that like your favorite? Which is your favorite instrument?
Oh, that's a really hard question. I'd be lying if I say any.
You just love them all.
Pardon me?
You love them all.
Yeah, definitely. They're all limbs.
Get equal attention.
Come again?
They all get equal attention from you.
Definitely, especially on recordings. But yeah, even when I'm performing live, for example, even in the virtual space when I'm performing live, I've performed, obviously Facebook, YouTube, but there's this site called Sessions Live, which I got involved with earlier this year. And they're actually showcasing artists, and you can get tips. And that's financial tips from supporters and stuff through the site, you know. And I break up my shows into segments where, okay, I'll feature one instrument, and the next section another instrument, being the primary one, you know.
Right, right.
So each gets a turn then, and sometimes simultaneously, as you saw.
Yeah.
Nobody gets left out, you know.
Yeah, boy. So how many instruments do you actually play, Rahil?
To make it simple, you could say guitars, bass, drums, any keyboard instruments, the harmonica, the other derivative instruments which would come out of those main types then, you know, the wind instruments, the percussion instruments, drums, hand drums, different things. Really an application of skill to other kinds of instruments. So some people can do it, some can't, you know.
Yes.
I am able to, by God's grace, I must always say God first, you know.
Absolutely.
And this is something, according to the Bhagavad Gita, all talent comes from the Supreme. And that's why, you know, we also try to use the talent to serve His purpose too. And part of His purpose is being kind, which comes back to veganism.
Correct.
So yeah, thanks for asking those questions, because I've even performed with guitar, the feet on the bass drum and the hi-hat cymbal, and singing at the same time too.
Yes. Wow. But you see that playing the drums and singing, I don't know how you guys do that.
Serious.
That's some serious timing and control, man.
Yeah.
There he goes.
A little sample.
I heard that. So wait a minute, you have all your instruments in your room, more or less, in your...
Well, I'm actually conducting this interview with you from my...
In your space? Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, this is where I feel most at home. And especially for this kind of interview with the music, you know.
Yes.
You have them within close reach. So, on that note, let me do a little something for Alex live.
Hey, let's hear it!
Let me play something I know you like. Is it coming true?
I'm hearing it.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Alex. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Alex. Live at 5 with Alex to sing. Live at 5, everybody come here ting. Live at 5 with Alex to sing. 91.1 FM. Live at 5.
Woo, you're not easy, man.
Extempo.
You're good like that.
Hey, thanks for allowing me.
Man, that was amazing. It's really, really great when you have the talent and you're not afraid to show it.
Thank you very much for allowing me to show it.
Yeah, wow. So, I mean, are there any other causes, though? Because I guess you may have others near and dear to your heart. I'm just asking.
Well, besides veganism and spirituality, those things are really the primary causes, because everything else supports that. Love, peace, understanding, the attributes of being a good human being.
Yes.
And so all these things should be basics anyway. We shouldn't really have to
Correct.
always sing about it. But yeah, they are there, because in my backlog of songs in the catalog, I do sing, that's called Mundane Songs, which were written in my more useful years.
Yes.
Songs about romance, relationship stuff, a couple of social issue things, a couple of obituary type songs.
Okay.
Sing a song about people who passed away.
Right.
You know, this kind of thing. As a songwriter, general songwriter, you are influenced by everything. It's just really how you choose to express that, what you're inspired by, you know.
Correct.
And some things just take the forefront because of being more dire than other things.
Correct.
You know, so right now, and always, the animals really come number one in being the victims then. And that's why so many songs have come out of that topic this year alone, you know. And who knows what it might be, we are hoping things to be better next year.
Yeah.
You know, for the animals and in turn for us.
Correct. I mean, I was going to ask too, when the place finally, opens or fully reopens, are you looking forward to going back out there and doing some stage performances?
Definitely. It's just even hear the joke, even last year,
Yes.
we had a mini open, and I
Yes.
in July, so I managed to go out. I took the risk. I went with a mask and thing on stage.
Yes.
Did a couple of gigs. I was called, because these people, they really want their venues to open back. But regarding what's ahead for us, I still want to scope it out, even though I'm excited to get back out there.
Yes.
Because your health is not something to play with at all.
Very true.
I'll have to sit and wait and see. But fortunately, because of the virtual world, you're not suffering from a lack of promotion otherwise. So I keep doing it safely until I'm really sure, Somehow, it's a measuring stick. You have to wait and watch, I think.
I guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
In your line of work, obviously every day you're taking a risk too.
Yeah, I'm out here basically every day, man.
Exactly, So I continue to wish you a safe time all the time because you're doing, a really great job,
Yeah, they say I'm essential.
Yeah, everybody, this man invited me, Don't think he didn't invite me.
I did. I tried really hard. I said, Rahil, you sure you don't want to come in the studio, man? Yeah, sure. You can bring all your instruments.
I truck. No, I think it worked out well because
I did.
Obviously on the phone, people can have a little mystery so that they'll be inspired to go on.
I like that. I like mystery.
Yeah, they'll be able to go, hey, this song is interesting. Let me click and look for this man,
Yeah. It has been. Look at the hour's nearly up already. We had a really, really interesting chat. We learned about you. You inspired us. I'm being inspired right now.
Well, I'm so happy to hear that. That's like a number one thing for an artist to hear, to inspire someone.
Yeah. It for the most part, it has me thinking.
Oh, that's important, That's like a primary thing for a human.
Reassessing my whole life and my diet.
Yeah, I think therefore I am, right?
Yeah. I'm not getting any younger.
Oh, yeah.
No one is really.
Exactly. And life, there's a saying, life is too short to make others shorter.
Wow.
So
I like that.
Yeah, so let's remind ourselves, we have, let's call it 3 choices every day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right.
And with those choices, we can use them to further peace and love or to go against that.
Wow. That's so profound, man.
John Lennon and Paul McCartney, peace.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow, I think we have time for one more song, and I was listening to Until Your Candle Burns Out.
And that's a crowd favorite.
I'm really, really loving it. You want to chat a little bit about it before we close?
Sure, thank you. Well, basically, I wrote that in 2007, and it was during a time I was doing, different kinds of work because I'm also trained in occupational safety.
Oh, nice.
In that field here and there, and at that time it was an opening for a different position, and basically I was bored and I was frustrated that hey, I would prefer to be playing music right now instead of being in an office.
Yes.
So songs were written during the day, and when I got home I wrote the music in the night, and so these songs were like poetry until they got the music aspect to them. And this particular one basically is a song about not giving up on hope. Always have hope for the next morning.
Yeah.
Until the candle burns out, because a candle represents your life.
Yes.
Let it eventually, we'll have to transcend from this material dimension.
Correct.
The soul lives on, it's eternal. But until the candle burns out, keep striving.
Keep striving. I love it. That's a great way to end. Rahil, thank you very much for your time, for sharing with us your story, your music, and inspiring us.
Thank you very much, Alex, for having me, and thank you for all your kind words of support and appreciation. And thank you to everybody out there in the virtual world, on the Real FM world, everybody listening everywhere, anywhere. Thank you very much for your support and tuning in, and do enjoy the song.
And hopefully we'll get you in studio at some point.
Pardon me?
I said hopefully we'll get you in studio at some point.
I really love that. I really love that. Thank you very much for the invitation.
You're welcome, and thanks again, Rahil. All the best to you, okay?
Thank you to Alex, and to you and your family, and to the 91.1 FM crew, everybody in studio, all the people holding down the fort. God bless, peace and love, understanding.
Thank you once again, Rahil Babooram, inside Live at 5, as we close it off with this one. It's called Until Your Candle Burns Out. Take it in.
Sitting close to you, I don't know what I should do. You get up and walk away.
Nice. Woo!
Wonder what I should have said. Close the door, rest my head. All alone in my bed. Pick up the phone, wonder who I should call. Then I think, why bother at all? Day in, day out. You wonder what it's all about. Sometimes you feel to scream and shout.
Woo! Guys, thank you very much for checking into the live. To our regulars, also to our new viewers and listeners, thank you so much. And thanks, Rahil. It was very inspiring, very entertaining. As usual, this is how we do it on Live at 5. Tomorrow, make sure to check in to Live at 5. We have Monique LaChapelle and her guitar in studio. It's going to be mind-blowing. You should hear her voice, Anyways, we'll get to that tomorrow, so enjoy the rest of your day. Today, remember, Live at 5, you can share it, all right? And of course, that's what it's all about. Follow me on Instagram at I am Alex Assing, and of course, on the black carpet, Live at 5, more action coming up. God bless.